How's it going, guys, and welcome into Rio Tinto Ltd stock. Their ticker on the ASX is RIO, and right now they're sitting at a value of $125.97. So all in all, looking pretty good. You can see as we zoom out, quite a good looking trend. And of course, first and foremost, what we're going to do is put that long-term trend in place. You can see that that trend is quite clear with some very important bounce points off that upwards trending line. Of course, typically when we do this, we can also see a top end start to form itself, but in this instance, maybe a bit harder. Originally, I would have suggested it would have been there, but as I suppose things have gone on, we're probably looking at something a bit more like this, and we are of course moving in that upwards direction. So on a first note basis, as you can see, this is a beautiful, of course, upwards trending chart. And you can see that there has been a bit of a jump that has occurred here, which has formed a gap between the points, most importantly now, of course, of the high on the 14th of November of $122. And right now we're at a low on today of $124. So it's not a big gap, but typically what we're going to see is the price come down so that gap closes before another possible move in an upwards direction. Now, if we really want to get things interesting, let's put in a line from this top point here. And as you can see, coming in a downwards manner. The reason we have seen a gap form is because we have had a breakout of this downwards trending portion in the, I suppose, medium term when you compare this whole chart. That is a medium term downtrend. We've seen two bottoms form themselves here. It's a reverse head and shoulders pattern. I'll just illustrate that for you here, which indicates a reversal is going to occur in an upwards direction. Right now, we may have possibly just seen the break and the start of that reversal occurring, which is of course very exciting for investors. The point that we really need to surpass right now is this horizontal point of resistance sitting at about $128. You can see it's been a point of contention for price action previously, and you can see we weren't able to get past that point over here, and we are moving towards that point once again. Closing above this mark will really give us that big leg upwards for Rio. Looking at the volume, as you can see, of course, there is plenty going on, but relatively consistent. A big spike over here, but not too much of a spike when we have seen that breakout occur, which is very interesting. Of course, as well, if we do look at the dividends, we can see dividends have been dropping over a period of time. So the most latest one was $2.60. We then had $3.26 before that, $3.83, and $6.62. Not good, and surprisingly, that for investors of a blue chip company, we haven't seen a massive decrease in the value of Rio's stock as a result of it, which is quite interesting. But interestingly enough, what we did see from the previous quarter was a reported revenue of $37.83 billion to the most recent quarterly, which was an increase at $40 billion. Very good stuff. The earnings prediction is expected to increase at $41.71 billion. So that is certainly something I think investors are banking on at this point in time. Let's have a look at a few more indicators. The RSI first and foremost. You can see right now we're at that top end of our band. Of course, that means we are likely to see maybe a period of consolidation, possibly up here, trying to get through that point, just letting the RSI relax a little before then a move upwards. That is quite possible, but of course, plenty of ways to move down. Our point of support is of course now that little line that we have here, which we have broken through, which was the previous resistance point. MACD, let's take a look at this one now. MACD not looking too shabby. Recently a rejection of the 12-day EMA on the 26-day EMA. Moving back upwards again, that is a positive sign, and of course is being driven by this nice uptrend we are seeing over here. This is of course being supported then by some other important indicators on the chart itself. The 20-day moving average and of course the 50-day moving average have just gone back above the 200-day moving average. Very, very bullish, and these sorts of things are the reasons why we have seen a little break occur. A nice rejection, a nice couple of crosses on the main chart itself, and a decent move upwards. Right now, I really think the target for Rio is, of course, going to be that $128 mark. So that's what I'd be focusing on now. Of course, this is going to be dictated by dividends, which will be coming out, and of course, earnings that comes out soon as well. These two factors, in my opinion, are fundamental and will result in either an increase and a breakthrough of that $128 mark, or a decrease of the value back down, possibly below this downwards trending line. Hopefully not, but things right now from a forecasting point of view are looking positive. That's about it for today, guys. I hope you did enjoy today's video on Rio. If you did, make sure you do drop your comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on it. Of course, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on those bell notifications as well. I'll leave it there for today, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.